In many cultures around the world, the word for mother is closely related to the word for sea. And it makes so much sense that this word for oceanic waters and the word for mother would be so closely related, because we all grew inside the amniotic sac of our mother's wombs. We are all these mermaid creatures inside of the waters of life before we're ever born through the portal of the yoni and into this world. And on this day of honoring the mothers around the world and honoring the Divine Mother, I felt really inspired to share a bit about the waters of life, the womb of creation, and the importance of tending and taking care of this aspect of ourselves in honor of the mother within us, in honor of the mothers that came before us, in honor of the mothers that will come after us. Because the healing that we do for ourselves, we do for our ancestors and we do for our children. And this is why it's so important, especially in this time of great change right now upon the planet, in this time of crisis where it can look so dark and hopeless sometimes, that we are the torchbearers, that we are the light bringers, that we are committed to this heaven on earth within ourselves and celebrating the beauty of life around us. So, what is the womb? The womb is the space through which life is born, incarnated into this world, through which our human starlight, our soul, is born into this beautiful shape. And these beautiful human shapes are made mostly of water. We are water beings. This planet is a water planet. And understanding water helps us to understand ourselves. And in the aspect of womb healing, of really coming to recognize that our wombs are actually our second brain, and some say that it's actually more powerful than this brain, that we're controlled by our gut instincts, by our more primal brain. And there's a lot of science that goes into this. You can do your research. It's not what I want to go into today. But when we connect with our womb, when we connect with this primordial source of power, we heal our lives. And in my personal life, I've come to realize that there's two huge aspects to womb healing on a very tangible physical level. And those are what we put inside of our mouths and what we allow inside of our yonis. Because these two openings are what physically allow things into our womb space. If you think about it, our womb is located around our belly button, in the center of our body. And food, when we put it in our mouths and swallow it, goes down into that area, feeds that area. When we allow someone inside of us, it is directly touching that area of our bodies physically. So on a physical level, when we are moving into this element of connecting deeper with our womb, of purifying our bodies, of really listening, and of transforming our physical vessels from, dead water into living water, what we're doing is a really deep form of alchemy. And I feel like in the womb healing world, a lot of attention is given towards sexual healing, and there's so much more that needs to be given towards that. And I feel inspired today to talk about the physical aspect of what we put into our mouths, of how we feed our bodies, the kind of water that we drink, the kind of food that we eat. So the kind of water that we drink is the utmost important aspect of health, in my opinion. Of course, it's all important: exercise, clean air, good food. Water, though, is foundational, and making sure that we are drinking structured, living water that our body can actually absorb. A lot of the water right now upon the earth has been poisoned with modern chemicals. It has been ran through pipes. It has been manipulated and destructured. It has been dammed. And it's kind of like the energy of the feminine upon this earth. It's like the energy of the waters. Looking at how the waters have been dammed and manipulated is a mirror of how our own feminine energy, not just in women, in men too, but the feminine essence of the world has been tried to be controlled and dammed and put into bottles and boxed. And this, what we do for ourselves, we do for the collective. So we are the microcosms of the macrocosm. And what we do for the macrocosm, we do for the microcosm. So in womb healing, it's part of healing the womb of Mother Earth. It's healing the waters of Mother Earth. And healing the waters of Mother Earth heals the wombs of women and of humans. So a little bit of a side tangent, but what is so essential is making sure that we're drinking living, structured water that actually hydrates your cells. So it's shown scientifically that negatively charged water, our body's able to absorb and assimilate it more. And negatively charged water is what spring water is. And spring water is so incredible because it is untouched by man. It is untouched by modern pollutants. It is untouched by modern chemicals. It flows from deep within Mother Earth, and it's filtered through her. So not only are we getting the physically beneficial structure of it being negatively charged, of it being actually like a crystalline structure. You can look at Dr. Emoto's work if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But instead of being, you know, a disharmonic pattern, having it look actually like a crystal under a microscope. Having it be physically beautiful and nourishing, but energetically, when you think about it, when you're drinking wild water, when you're drinking water right out of the earth, that feeds our soul. It doesn't just feed us on a physical level, it feeds us on an energetic level, it feeds us on a subtle body level. And in this world that tells us to only believe what we can see, what we can experience with these five senses, what that actually does is it deadens and it takes away, through belief, through us believing that, from being conditioned, it takes away our natural ability to have extrasensory perception, to be able to activate these magical capabilities that are dormant within our DNA, such as telekinesis, such as being able to see with your eyes closed, these magics that the yogis of India are able to experience, these magics that I believe that if we are devoted and committed to, we can awaken within our own selves. But this isn't the goal. This isn't why we do it, because it's what's more important than having, you know, magical abilities is having a magical heart, is how full of love are you? How full of surrender are you? How much faith do we have? How much trust do we have? How much hope do we have? These qualities of emotional stability and resonance are essential before we can activate those otherworldly senses within ourselves. And that's why it's so important this time on the earth when we have a lot of technology, right? We have a lot of really fancy, like, for example, you're watching this video and it's so magical. Like, oh my gosh, 20 years ago, I would not have been able to do this. How amazing is this? What a privilege this is. I am so grateful to be able to be sitting by myself in my backyard and to reach you. Like, tears like come to my eyes. Like, what an honor. And we have so much powerful technology at our fingertips, but what we do with that depends on our inner technology. It depends on how aligned we are with the higher principles of human emotion and human being. And this is definitely a side tangent from everything, but it's directly related. And so I hope you follow that thread, but looping it back around to the water and to the womb healing. This drinking living water, it changes our whole being. I've worked with clients who have been on, you know, mostly raw food diets and like doing everything right, but they're not drinking living water. And then we switch them to living water and they're like, oh my gosh, Dakota, I can't believe I was never doing this before. This is a game changer. And so I am so passionate on this Mother's Day. Like, there's so much in understanding and in hydrating ourselves. When you are hydrated, when your blood is oxygenated, disease cannot live in your body. And especially when you couple that with the power of your emotions, with the power of your intentions. And I would like to share with you my favorite ritual. I share it with everybody I can. I do it every morning, almost every morning. And that ritual is taking a glass of spring water first thing, and when you have that water, you can charge it with anything you want. You can charge it with sunlight, you can charge it with crystals, you can add magical flower essences, you can make whatever medicine you want. I go way more into this in the Water Priestess Mystery School, but the basic application of it is that when you have your water, you pray into it, you sing into it, you infuse it with your energy and your essence of what it is that you're calling in for that day. You're making yourself your own water medicine, and this is the first thing that goes into your body every morning. And this will transform your life. It will help you be more hydrated, but it will also help you connect more to your intention and to your power as a co-creator in life, recognizing that your thoughts and your words have a direct impact upon the waters of your body. Again, look at Dr. Emoto's work. Water crystals that were spoken negatively to have disharmonic patterns. Waters that were spoken positively to have beautiful crystalline patterns. So make sure that you are supercharging your vessel with beautiful crystals every morning. And yeah, such a huge part of womb healing and of this, you know, this divine mother healing. And it's so deep. There's so much to this mystery of water as mother and mother as love and love as water. And I go so deep into this in the Water Priestess Mystery School. Like, there's so many layers. There's the physical, practical layer of taking care of our bodies, of activating our DNA, of being committed to reaching these higher potentials so we can feel amazing, so that we can create magic and heaven on earth together. But then also tapping into the mystery and the magic. This is what has been kind of stripped from us as a humanity. Like, we've just relegated the magic to folklore and myth, and that's not true. We are living, breathing magic. So in the mystery school, we'll learn water priestess arts like baptism, anointing, scrying, but also really tapping into our powers as co-creators through using our voice, through using dance, through using chanting and rituals, prayers. And I just really quickly want to go into a tangent about the magic of singing and the connection with water as well. Toning is an amazing, amazing way to also, you know, heal our wombs, activate our, and it's so directly correlated with our sexuality, our voice and our sexuality. That's a whole other video. That would take me like another 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep this succinct. But our voice, have you ever noticed how when you get in the shower, you want to sing? There's something about being in water that brings out our voice. Water loves to be sung to, and singing is healing, not just for us, but for all of life. It's part of our vibrational resonance, and I just want to encourage you to open your voice, to tone, to sing, to pray. I used to think that I couldn't sing. I was told I couldn't sing, so I shut down my voice for years. Don't do that to yourself. Singing is not about how you sound. Singing is a human birthright. It's about how you feel. It's about how you feel making those sounds. So let it out. Anyway, I could go on and on and on and on. But in honor of Mother's Day, I wanted to share with you these tidbits. And I want to share with you this beauty, and I just want to remind you that even though as a collective we're processing through so much pain, we're processing through so much shadow, sometimes it can seem hopeless. Gosh, sometimes I'm having a great day right now, sometimes I feel hopeless. But realizing that we have a choice in every moment to uplift ourselves and to uplift those around us, and to keep getting back on the horse, to keep, that's so funny, I dreamt about horses last night. I never use that phrase. That is so, in dreams, that's another major aspect of Water Priestess arts, is a subconscious feminine realm. We're going to go really deeply into dreams as well. I'm going to have my beautiful dream teacher share with us the lightning and dream work process. Anyway, dreams, horses, never giving up. We are here to create heaven on earth. We are here to see the resurrection of what it means to be a human being in the highest potential that's possible, and not through judgment and like condemnation and you're not good enough and we got to be perfect. It's like, forget about that. You know, I used to be dogmatic, and I'm at this point where it's like, I want to learn how to bake a French baguette and, you know, eat mostly living food and hydrated, but then be relaxed and be able to eat too for my soul, and to find that balance of nourishment. And yeah, finding that balance, celebrating what it means to be human, celebrating what it means to be on this earth, and knowing that the best is still ahead. Truly the best is still ahead. And don't listen to the news. There's so much beauty happening around us. Like, sure, there's devastation, but they don't cover the miracles. They don't cover the magic. So be the living miracle. Be the living magic. Inspire those around you. And and trust. Trust that we are shedding our skin like a butterfly in a cocoon, and that we are going to burst through into something more beautiful than we could ever dream of. I don't know what it is, but I believe that. So on this Mother's Day, I give so much thanks to the mother within you, whether you have children or not. I give so much thanks to my mother, to the mothers that came before her, to my children, to the children of this earth. We are truly the children of the most beautiful love story in the universe, the love of the sun and the earth. We are so loved. And my prayer is that this day and every day you will feel that. We will feel that. We will know how worthy we are of creating lives of beauty. We will know that we are not created and meant to suffer, but that we are truly meant to celebrate and to commune with the beauty all around us. So this is my prayer. Mahalo kia kua, mahalo kia kua, mahalo kia kua. And on a practical note, I almost forgot. Marketing's not my favoriteest thing. I just want to remind you that today is the last day to receive 2 months off, almost 2 months off, the Water Priestess 8-month mystery school. So if you are called, if you are inspired, this is an amazing discount, and we are going to go so deep into Water Priestess arts, both within our physical vessel and upon the earth, and create a movement and create a family across the world that is devoted to the waters of life, to the womb of creation, to the feminine and the masculine uniting in sacred union and in love, committed to love. Water is liquid love.